All right, mamas. So find a comfortable seated position, ideally if you have a pillow or blanket, to elevate your seat. Keep in mind, you can always do a butterfly pose, especially as your belly's growing. That might be a little more comfortable on your hips. If cross-legged feels better, that's fine. Or even sitting on your heels, whatever you need to do to get elevation into that spine. Lots of space for baby in your belly, open chest, relaxed shoulders. Hands just soften down and eyes will close. Just take a few breaths, breathing at your own pace, noticing how your breath feels today. It's normal in pregnancy, we start to feel a little shortness of breath as our lungs become impacted by our growing womb and baby. Just notice how you're breathing, if you need to take some more attention into that breath. Taking it as full and as deep as possible today. On the eyes, will start to settle up and in towards the third eye point, the space between your eyebrows. Remembering this is a direct line of communication from your pituitary gland, your master chemical inducing gland in the body, straight down into your womb, into baby's home. So it's like your direct speed dial to baby. So keep your eyes focused there. Let the hands gently come to prayer in front of the heart. We open our class together with Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om representing all the wisdom and information that we receive, that we discover, that we explore and learn about. But then Gurudev Namo being that wisdom inside, that internal instinct that runs in our DNA, that produces the proper support, chemicals, inductions, all the different things that will happen to bring our baby through, to grow them and bring them here. All that's intuitively inside. Gurudev Namo. Let's chant this together, taking a breath in between each of these words. Big, deep inhale. Om Namo. Another breath. Gurudev Namo. Om Namo. Gurudev Namo. Om Namo. Gurudev Namo. Full deep breath in. Exhale the air out. Let your hands rest back onto your knees or into any place that feels good. Just stay with the eyes closed. Let you and babe absorb that sound, that wisdom, that current of energy that you've put out through your voice, knowing they hear so much. They're already getting familiarized with your sound. Let them just soak that. You can feel free to stay with the eyes closed or open them here for a moment. So pregnancy is accompanied with so many side effects, right? And we all have different ones. I was reading the other day, it was like a thread of like your weirdest symptoms that you've had in pregnancy, and people listing like such strange things that they've felt or experienced, and then other women confirming of like, oh my God, I felt the same thing or whatever. Like weird side effects basically, and these are normal, right? Like it's like how many of us, even though we think it's so weird, then we might have a very similar effect as somebody else. And these are kind of nuances, like it's like they're not necessarily the most enjoyable effects, but we can have the choice to really like dive into those and like let those run the show, or take time to just do little small things that can impact how you're feeling, right? So today we're going to obviously do a full practice, but The idea is a lot of these exercises you can take with you. Like, let's say you just woke up in the morning and you have a headache. Maybe you do this little neck roll thing that we're going to do, right? Or you have some lower back pain. We'll do this little circle thing, right? So it's like you kind of take these little motions and activities with you and recognize that if you just do a little bit here, a little bit there, and that's really how your whole life is going to become when baby comes, right? Like it's like 1 minute of breathing can change your whole day. And like there's so much power in 1 minute. There's so much power in one exercise. You don't always need a full hour practice, and you just won't always have time for it or energy for it, to be honest. So taking these little tools and kind of putting them into your weaponry of what you can utilize when these effects kick in, and having that to keep supporting you, because you can't keep giving from an empty cup. You're not going to feel super energized and excited about growing a baby when your symptoms are overtaking you, right? And it's okay. Like I'm not saying you have to feel awesome every single day, because you sure won't, no one does. But just knowing that you do have little things that you can utilize, little things that you can bring in and do this for here and this for there, and just like it doesn't have to be such a big deal, and it can have a huge impact. Yeah. So if your eyes are closed, or I mean if they're open, go ahead and close them back down. Grab onto your knees, in whatever position your legs are in is fine. And start to circle from your chest. Yeah, so we call this soupy swirl. Inhale when you circle your chest forward, and then exhale when you swirl it back. Eyes are closed and rolled up and in. This is a great one for lower back and hip pain, especially because you've got your legs in an opened position where there's a gentle stretch on the hips. It's not too extreme or too intense. And you're getting that mobility into the sacroiliac joint, which tends to be very affected for most of us in pregnancy. Just breathe and circle. It's also good for our digestion, which is easily impacted in pregnancy, as our organs make space for our beautiful growing baby. Keep breathing and circling. Wherever you are, just switch to go the opposite direction. Same exact movement, just switch the way. This can be as slow or as fast, as big or as small, as feels good in your body. It's important you start to listen to those intuitive cues of what feels best. Because when your body is feeling its best, there's a really good chance baby is feeling their best too. And that's in and out of the womb. Yeah. So that comes when they're earth side too. When mom feels good, baby's gonna feel good. Really important we have these little elements of self-care to keep us well and nourished, healthy and feeling good. Because now our health is not just our own. Starting to come back through to the center. Take a big deep inhale in. Exhale, you're out. Go ahead and grab your elbows now behind your back. So you've got nice open chest here. And then roll your head around one direction. Again, it can be big or small depending on how it feels. This is really good for alleviating tension in your neck that causes headaches. It's also a really good exercise to do when you're breastfeeding and your chest is continually being kind of concave and, anchored down to your baby. This is just a gentle way to open it, to create better posture. Go ahead and circle your head the other way. Keep breathing and keep the eyes rolled up and in, connected to that third eye point. More circles. Starting to come through to the center, you can release those elbows. And then take your hands behind your head with the fingers interlaced. Gently bring your elbows in towards you and then drop your chin down towards your chest and add the weight of your hands to just get a little extra pressure here. This is a really good exercise for headaches. You can kind of move your head down, your chin side to side. Just breathe long and deep, eyes closed. This relieves so much tension through the back of our neck and shoulders, which can cause headaches and tension. And you can control how much pressure you place here with the hands. Just keep nodding the chin back and forth, opening through the back of the neck. Bring the head all the way back to the center. Keep the hands there. Inhale, open up your elbows. Get an arch back and now drop your head back into your hands, stretching. Exhale, rounding forward, chin towards chest. And inhale, open, elbows back, drop your head into the hands, get that stretch through the chest. Exhale, take it forward. Go like this about 3 or 4 more times at your own pace. Breathing, opening, releasing the tension in the neck and shoulders and chest. Wherever you are, make this your last round. Start to come all the way back to the center. Inhale, just reach those arms up. Press the palms away from you. You can wag a little side to side. Get some space into your rib cage. And then exhale, release the arms down. Let's crawl ourselves forward onto hands and knees. If you have your pillow blanket, just release it up to the side. Place it nearby. And however you need to transition your way where your knees come under hips, hands come underneath your shoulders, cat-cow your spine. Inhale, soften, arching chin and chest, lifting. Exhale, rounding chin to chest, tailbone tucked under, saying hi to baby down there. Inhale, arching, opening. Being mindful not to come into your deepest back bend here as you've added pressure of the belly. Exhaling is the round. Keep going at your own pace. Eyes closed, rolled up and in. So good for our spinal health, for our posture as well. Send lots of breath in as you move. Eyes are communicating through that pituitary gland down to baby. Roll them up and in. Taking a few more rounds at your own pace. Starting to find your way back through to a neutral position. Go ahead and come onto your elbows here. We're moving into puppy pose. Widen your knees, especially as the belly is growing. You might take yourself even more forward on those elbows. So you're kind of off your knees here. Hands come into prayer. Press your hips back and then drop your chest through your hands with your elbows bent and the palms coming straight up towards the ceiling. So you're opening now through the triceps. You just stay here with long, deep breath. Your forehead is connected down towards the mat. Your tailbone is arched, so your booty's sticking up. Just breathe. Feel that opening in the rib cage, the shoulders, the chest. Breathe. 2 more breaths. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, start to bring your elbows and shoulders back in alignment. Keep your palms pressed together and rise onto your elbows, supporting you here. Your knees will narrow up a little bit, so they're now as wide as your hips, not too wide. Go ahead and take your right leg back with your toes tucked under and start to circle through your ankle here.
Just circling, putting pressure here. This is good for circulation. So if any of you are experiencing kind of dizziness or disorienting kind of feelings, that's usually a circulation thing. So it's good to get those ankles and calves working a little bit. Just breathe. Keep circling. You can maybe circle the other way if you were circling one way. It's also getting some strength into your chest and shoulders. Start to come all the way back through to the center and place that right knee down. Switch onto your left leg. So your left leg goes back and do those circles with the ankle. Keep breathing long and deep. Eyes are rolled up and in. Stretching through your calf and ankle. And that mobility happening. This is also really good for swelling. A lot of us will experience an extra water retention. So this helps with that as well. Maybe circle the other way if you were going one direction. Keep breathing. Start to come through to the center. Bring that knee back underneath you. Again, come into that puppy pose. So widen the knees. Elbows might come more forward or knees might go more back to find the right amount of space for your body. Elbows bend so that the palms come straight up, pointing towards the ceiling. Just relax your head down. Breathe. Breathe into this nice opening and stretch. 2 more breaths. Inhale as you start to lift your way back up onto forearms. This time, press your way all the way up onto the hands. Crawl your hands towards the outer edge of your left mat, or the left outer edge of your mat, and then step your right foot all the way forward. Little lizard lunge. You can just take some circles here with your hip. If your knee is sensitive, which our joints often get extra sensitivity, you can always place your pillow on your knee. And just kind of wag the hips around, circle, move, anything you want to do. Take about 3 or 4 more breaths. Just gently opening those hips. Start to tuck that left toe underneath. Inhale, lift your left knee up and then spin your left foot down so your legs come to like a warrior position. Open up your left arm for a nice big extended side angle posture. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, stand up and straighten that right leg and come into a reverse triangle right on that. Just flow like that. Inhale it forward, extended side angle, opening. Exhale, taking it back. This helps us bring strength and flexibility into the body at the same time. We need both for our labor. Breathe and flow with your body, your pace, your depth. You can have your eyes closed, keep them closed. If that is too much or disorienting, especially in the standing postures, just have your eyes open and soft. Take this about 4 more times. Or however many, depending on your pace. Just flow. Making this your last one, ending in that extended side angle pose. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand down and spin back onto that knee, placing the knee all the way down under the toes. Keep your left hand on your mat. Allow your right foot to drop out to the side. You can't really see mine there, but it's flexed. Yeah, coming out to the side. And place your right knee or your right hand on your right knee as you twist towards your knee, but drop the knee out so you have space for belly. Getting this nice twist that feels so good that it's really important. We feel like we can't twist towards our legs. We can if we open it up, yeah? Take a few more breaths into the hips. One more big inhale. Big exhale. Good. Placing the right hand back down. Inhale, lift your knee. Or lift your hips back just enough to slide this right leg so now your knee is planted on the ground underneath your other hip, yeah? This right leg or the left leg will extend back so your toe is tucked underneath. Again, we'll do a little bit of that rotation. So you'll inhale your right arm up, getting a little twist. And then exhale, place it down. Inhale, you'll open up that left arm, staying on the right knee, maybe even pressing the pelvis forward. And then exhale down, flowing like that. Inhale, twist. Exhale. Inhale, open. And exhale. Keep continuing. You'll let that foot kind of spin with you back there. The toe comes on the mat as you twist, and the heel comes down as you open for greater stability. Really important that we stretch and open our abdomen and our spine so we have nice space and support in our body for baby to grow. Take this a couple more times. Start to come back onto hands and knees. Place your left knee down, readjust your right knee so that you can come into either child pose or puppy pose. So if you have space to have wide knees and bring your hips all the way back, you can settle there. You don't need this pillow underneath you. You can move it if you need. Dropping the head down. If you can't bring your hips all the way back, just do that puppy pose again with any arm variation you'd like. Settle for a couple breaths. And as you inhale, begin to rise back up onto the hands and knees. Walk your hands now over to the right edge of your mat as you step your left leg forward into that lizard leg. And start just by softening the hips down. You can move a little gentle side to side, maybe some circles, feel good. Whatever you need for your hips, take about 4 more breaths. Remember, if you need support on that back knee, place the pillow underneath your knee. Keep breathing long and deep. Now start to tuck that right toe under so your knee lifts up as you inhale. Exhale, spin it down on the mat and open that right arm. Take them into extended side angle. Legs stay here. Inhale, rise up, straightening out that left leg and reaching your left arm back. And then exhale, take it back forward into extended side angle with the bent knee. Inhale presses you up and back. Exhale takes you forward and down. Keep moving and breathing with your body, your pace, your baby. However you need to breathe here is fine. If you need a couple breaths each direction, that's okay. Doesn't have to be 1 and 1, depending on the speed you're going at. Again, make it feel good and challenging at the same time. So it's a little work on the legs, but it's nice and opening on your rib cage and chest, even on your hips. A few more times each direction. Starting to land back into that extended side angle. Take a big deep breath. Exhale, place the right hand down and then pivot onto the back heel so the knee can place, or pivot the heel up so the knee can place down on the mat again. Let that leg drop out to the side. Flex your left foot. Left hand comes on your knee and then twist towards your left. Just stay here and breathe. Getting into this position that we don't often get to do through pregnancy, but can feel really, really good as a release for your low back, for your hip. Take 2 more breaths. Start to bring your chest back through to the center. Place the hands down. Lift your hips back just enough to place this left knee on the ground directly underneath your left hip. Lift your back leg up so that your toe touches down. Again, we'll start with that twist towards your leg. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, hand down. And then inhale, open up right arm. Place the right heel down for support. Exhale, hand down. Flow like this. Inhale, open, twist. Exhale. Inhale, arm up. Exhale. Flow with your body, your breath. Take this a couple more times. Start to come back through to the center. Place your right knee down. Readjust for either child pose or puppy pose. Hips back, head down. And just rest a few breaths here. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, gently start to rise back up onto those hands and knees. We'll tuck our toes under to start to stand up. So just lift your hips for a moment into upward dog or downward dog. You can bend knees if you want to get some movement through the backs of the legs. Downward dog's another really good one for circulation, especially when you're walking out your legs like this. Take a couple breaths. And start to walk those legs forward towards you, making sure they go nice and wide, like as wide as your shoulders. Knees will stay bent as you walk your hands all the way up your legs. Easily keep the head dropping down till you rise up. When you stand up, just take your hands into any special intuitive place, if that's on baby, if it's on your heart, if it's on both. Just connect and breathe, eyes closed. Notice your posture, stand up tall, hips neutral, chest open. Take one more deep inhale. Big exhale out. Getting ready for a yoga or Khalsa waist squats. So come down towards your mat. Make sure that you're using your hands for support as you support yourself down. Roll up your mat at least halfway, especially if you have got a nice thick mat. You want to do it halfway, but if you have a thinner mat, you might need full roll, okay? So get it where you can really have your heels elevated. My head is off camera, I'm sorry guys. I don't have it far enough back. So heels come on your mat, balls of your feet come onto the floor. Legs are as wide as your shoulders here. As you inhale, your arms will come all the way up. Palms will be pressed up at the top, so you can't see my palms, but they're pressed. As you exhale, sit your hips all the way down as that prayer comes through your entire chakra system, all your energy centers. Your hands then press onto the floor. About 50% of the weight comes forward as you keep your head dropping down and your knees stay bent. as you roll all the way back up. So go through 15 of these squats monos at your own pace. If you're over 34 weeks and you know that baby's feet are facing down, you can do this as a half squat where you inhale the same and you exhale just lower down onto your knees, where your hands are on your knees and you roll it that way, yeah? Go ahead and begin if you haven't already. 15 with your breath, your pace. And this is probably the single most useful exercise for us throughout every single trimester of our pregnancy. It really covers everything. It covers your strength, it covers your flexibility, it covers mobility in the spine, it covers an energetic connection through the hands in prayer, going through the energy centers. Releases tension in the neck as your head drops down. It does so much. Yeah, so feel all that magic happening through this simple exercise as you breathe and move. Strengthens our arms as well as the weight comes forward into the hands. Having the heels elevated keeps the pelvis neutral. And when our pelvis is neutral, believe it or not, that is the widest position for our bones to have space to let baby through. When we extend back, the bones actually get closer together. When we curl under, the bones get closer together. Neutral is our widest position. Yes, neutrality is a big thing we want to create in our pelvis to keep it nice and open and expansive. Breathe. You can always breathe out of your mouth, mamas. You never have to just use your nose. It's normal that we feel a little short of oxygen. So if breath comes better through the mouth, you can always take that. Just keep squatting however you gotta breathe, however you gotta move, however slow or fast. Do your best in your body. If you need to take a rest, if 15 today just feels a little excessive, you can always rest. And maybe return back if you feel the strength to. The more your baby grows, the more work you'll feel in your legs, which is good. That's what we want. We want strong, healthy, supportive legs, because that energy center that is our root, that's where baby comes from. So we want to keep that center physically and energetically strong, which includes your actual strength and your energetic support, all of which is covered in this posture. Finish through those last few squats. If you're already done, you can just stand tall. Letting the hands come into any intuitive position. Again, that might be on baby, that might be on the heart, that might just be down by the side. Keep working through the squats if you're not finished. Wherever you are, really using the depth of your breath. These last few moments just to communicate between you and baby. That connection that the two of you will always share, having been in the same body, the same energetic space for so many months. Take a big deep breath in. Full breath out. Go ahead and step yourself off of your rolled up mat and kick it all the way out to big flat here. Readjust it, and we'll come back down to sitting on our pillow. Place your pillow wherever is good. We'll sit this time, all of us in butterfly position with the feet together and the knees out to the sides. Grab onto your ankles here, and we'll start to rock side to side. So you'll rock over. Your hip might lift up a little, that's okay. And you'll come back. You'll rock to the other side and come back. Your elbows can press into the knee. This is just like a really gentle hip opener. Again, sciatica is a really normal expression of side effect of pregnancy, so this helps. Just get a really gentle opening through the hips, through that sacroiliac joint, which is holding extra pressure these days. Couple more rocks here. Having that softness of the pillow just makes this a little easier on your sits bones. Start to come back through to the center. Go ahead and take your peace fingers, grab your big toe of your right leg. Your left hand can come either on your knee or back behind you for support. You'll extend this right leg forward, and then exhale, pull your knee back towards the side. So inhale, it goes forward, and then exhale, you pull it back with the knee bend. Good for circulation and the hips. Couple more times here. Now start to bring it back into that bent position. You're going to grab it with your left hand from the outer edge. Depending on how much space you need to pull this leg up, it will depend on your flexibility. We call this posture cradle the baby, where you see if you can get your elbow into the edge of that foot, and then you'll literally wrap around your shin here. Yeah, this position then will rock with you a little side to side. If that's too much, you can always have your hand and support it with your right arm more than your left. Yeah, but get into whatever version of this can work and just rock. It's super, super good. It's a deeper, deeper stretch for that hip, for the sacroiliac. And it's also a little practice holding your baby. Though I'm sure your baby's face will be a lot cuter than your foot. Just rock. Try to keep your chest lifted, avoid rounding back. Lift that leg higher if you need more space for your belly, or more out to the side as well, that's okay. Last couple of rocks. And eventually you'll start to soften and release that little cute baby all the way back down. Go ahead and take your peace fingers now, grab onto your left toe. Leg comes forward and back in. Right hand can be on your knee or back behind you to support. And just keep extending and bringing it in. Taking that knee as far back to the side as works in your body today. Again, chest stays as lifted as possible. Couple more times. Come with that bent position. Grab with your right hand to the outer edge of the foot to start. Left one will cradle that left knee. This might be where you stay. You might be able to wrap and get your elbow to hold your foot as you then continue to rock side to side. Keep your chest lifted and just find some little gentle movement, readjust however you need to find space for your belly and to find accessibility in your body depending on the flexibility of your hips. Notice that in pregnancy, we get more relaxant in the body, so it's normal. We feel a bit more flexible than we used to feel. That comes with the need to take care of our flexibility, so not going to an extreme edge of any position.
so that we support the muscles and really support the ligaments, because those are what are getting softer, which we want, but we don't necessarily want to overstretch any of those ligaments. A couple more rocks here. Keep the chest open. Keep breathing. And just gently start to release that foot. And plant both of your feet now in front of you, parallel. I'm going to turn to the side so I have space. Hands come behind you, fingers face. You just get a little release up of the hips, lifting up, inhale. Exhale, lower down. A couple times up and down. Inhale. It's important we extend our spine the other way after we do so much stretching on the hips. So we maintain that stability in the pelvis, that opening that we've opened and created. About 2 more times up and down. Last one. Start to sit all the way back into a comfortable seat. You can use cross-legged or butterfly depending. Let's do some pelvic floor work here. So the hands will just come on the knees, however they're comfortable. As you inhale deeply with eyes closed, visualize that your pelvis is relaxing down and out. So the muscles of your pelvis are softening even deeper. And as you exhale, they naturally contract up. You can even use your hand like this if you want. Inhale, softening, those muscles relax down. Exhale, they gently contract up like cradling and nourishing baby. Just take a few breaths with that intention, that visualization. About 4 more breaths. Last one. Release the hand if you were using it. Just take one big deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Good, again, big breath in. Big breath out of the mouth. Last time you can feel. Exhale. Let's come into our keep ups, mamas. So you're welcome to do this still sitting in cross-legged if you prefer to sit on your heels or stand up even. I mean, anything you need to do is okay. What's important is our arms, because as you all know, this is a mental exercise, not a physical one. Okay, so 3 minutes. Why? Because our contractions will be no longer than a 3-minute period. This gives our subconscious mind a frame of reference so that when these surges come, we've already experienced sensation regularly for that amount of time. So we understand how long we are expecting. And this is subconscious, right? This is not your conscious, like, oh, right, my keep ups. Like, that's not what this is. It's like it's placing things in your subconscious, because your birth is all about subconscious mind. It's really not logic. It's deeper than that. Yeah. But if we can train ourselves to have that super solid subconscious mind so that when we need it, kicks on. Yeah. Arms out to the sides. Time is already on. 3 minutes. We're going to shimmy, shake our hands with your palms either facing down or facing out. You can move your hands around however you want. Just shimmy, shake those hands. Elbows as straight as possible. And eyes are closed. Roll back. Breathe. Do your best to keep those arms straight out. To keep those hands shimmy, shaking, moving, grooving. This is another great thing to remember in labor. Sometimes it's helpful to bring in a separate sensation to distract from the other one. So, for example, clenching your fists or shaking your hands or shaking your head or any sort of other external experience and movement can bring less sensation focused, right? So what that means is that instead of it all being focused on one thing, all of a sudden you have something else going on, your body gets a little distracted, like, hey, what's that? Yeah, so this is a good thing to keep in mind too. It's good for us to be trained to utilize sensations to help and support us. Breathe. You can already start that now. If your arms are kind of shaking and hurting and whatever, maybe your head moves a little bit, and that helps you to bring some awareness to a different part of your body instead of having all of it focused on the arms. You're already halfway, mamas. Keep breathing. Shake, shake, shake those little hands. You can imagine like babies in there shaking hands with you, right? So like they're as supportive and they want this as much as you do. So as much as your sensations have this purpose to bring them through, they want that. They're creating your sensations. They want it, right? So you're giving that to them. You're supporting them to create and prepare and do whatever's got to be done to get them here to earth. And that means sensation, mama. Keep shaking, keep shaking. So close. Imagine like babies already crowning. They're so close. You can feel them. They're right here, right here. Just a little bit more sensation required. That's all it is. Easy does it. Shake those hands. Focus on your breath. 30 seconds, mama. 30 seconds, and babies right on your chest. Breathe. Elbows straighter, straighter, straighter. Chest open. Shake those hands faster, faster. Breathe. Eyes rolled up and in. Last little bit. You got about 10 seconds. Go, 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 go. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, those arms rest back onto the knees, palms facing up. Eyes stay closed. Visualize baby right on your chest. Visualize that peace, that calm after the storm that makes everything worth it. That moment when you first see their eyes, when they first see yours. That sweetness that's indescribable. Take a deep breath. Breath out. Stay in this posture. Just bring your thumbs and point your finger together to touch in Gyan Mudra. This is Mudra of wisdom. Our meditation today is to bring complete ecstasy through all of the cells in the body. So to bring more ecstatic feelings. Again, that peace, that bliss, that sweetness that's indescribable, bringing that into your cells to nourish both yourself and baby. We'll stay in this simple posture and we'll utilize the sounds Aung, Sung, Waheguru. Again, Aung, A-N-G or U-N-G, depending on how you write it out. Sung, S-U-N-G, Waheguru. So we'll chant this together with the eyes closed. Aung, Sung, Waheguru. Sending that ecstasy through our entire body, through baby's body as well. Letting all of that light up with beauty, love, joy, sweetness. Take an inhale to chant with me. Aung San Waheguru. 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 Aung San Waheguru.
Waheguru. Sang 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 Waheguru. Last round. Sang Waheguru. Big deep inhale. Filling up with that ecstasy, you completely exhale the air out. Let you and baby just sit and absorb that Sang Guru, Waheguru, that essence of unexplainable bliss. Indescribable. Just a feeling for the two of you to experience right here, right now. Welcome to stay sitting, absorbing this bliss in your meditation posture. So if you feel ready to rest in Shavasana and absorb in that manner, feel free to lay down comfortably. If it's early in your pregnancy and staying on your back is still comfortable, feel free to stay on your back. Though as you're growing, it may feel better to lay onto your side, your left side, if that's the most comfortable, or your right. Ensure that you utilize your pillow between your knees so that your hips are stacked and healthy. With the eyes closed, just drift into this peaceful place, letting the song be like a lullaby. Just drifting the two of you into the sweet, soft, almost slumber-like state. Anjali abe abe ha buaju anasakas aganjabanj lakabaka kalia lekabe Namakaham Agatahan Vati Parmati Joni Amoni Narake Narange Narupe Nareke Kal
Khalsa, Alekavik, Akanje. Ajayale, abeya beya, buaju anasaka, akan jampanj, laka baka kalia. Lekavik anamakam agatahanati paramati ajoni amoni narage narangi narupe nareke kariyam abaraman Anganje. Oh, Achiale. Ave, ave, buaju anasaka akan jabanj alakabaka kaliyam alikabe namakam akatahanati paramati ajoni amoni narake narange narupe nareke kaliyam alikabe Slowly start to deepen your breath. Bring in some gentle movements like the wiggling of your toes or your fingers. Something soft and gentle. If you are on your back, you might roll over to your side first to adjust, and then utilize the strength of your arms to press into the floor, sitting yourself back into a seated posture with your chest open, with your eyes closed, with that sweet space that you and baby are sharing completely integrated and absorbed. The hands will just gently rise up into prayer in front of the heart. We close with the long-time sun. We'll sing twice. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Go ahead and sing this to your baby. Send that love and light to them, that they may find their own unique light, their brilliance, their essence, their radiance, and may that be what guides them forward in every action that they take on this planet. Close with a Satnam, Satru, Nam name, identity, honoring our unique and individual essence that is absolutely undeniable and undefinable besides truth. Big deep inhale to sing. May the long time Guide your way on. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. Oh, love surround you, and the pure light within you. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Inhale, long Satnam. Sat Nam. May you always find your way back into this peace, back into this essence of bliss, connection, of unity, of love. Sat Nam.